Well, I've prepared a new fun and exciting segment before we start playing Total War. It's called Lawhammer or Yourhammer.
Ooh, I love it. I love it. Lawhammer or Yourhammer. Okay.
Yeah, so what it is I tell Tom 2 tales of Warhammer lore, one of which is true Games Workshop canon, one of which I made up.
Okay, I love this.
And Tom has to decide if it's Lawhammer or Yourhammer.
Okay, I'm gonna minimize chat because I don't want anyone.
Oh, good plan.
I don't want anyone to like.
Okay, we literally cannot see chat now.
Yeah,
don't scream.
There is no. Yeah, so.
And maybe play along as well. You know, don't Google it. See if you guess right.
Okay. Take me on an adventure, Ben. Where are we going? Lawhammer or Yourhammer?
Okay, so the first tale is set during the end times of the Warhammer world.
Okay.
Archaon's grand incursion of chaos has already conquered most of the northern territories.
Right.
Kislev has fallen. The Northern Empire has fallen.
Mm-hmm.
Aldorf itself is besieged by a Nurgle host. Times are grim. The population is suffering disease and blight as the siege starts to roll on. During this desperate time, our boy, Vlad Von Carstein, summons a vast undead host.
Okay.
And he contacts the what's his name? The Empire's Grand Marshal. Kurt
Hellborg.
Who's like leading the defense at Aldorf. And he says, I will lead like a relief force of my undead army to fight chaos and save Aldorf if in return you make me officially the Emperor-recognized Elector Count of Sylvania.
Amazing.
And I can rule this province as I see fit.
I love that.
And I get the voting rights of an Elector Count, and I get like the rune fang, and I'm just a cool guy.
Okay, I love that. That's great.
And they're like, well, I guess we've got no other options. We're
about to die.
We're about to die. We're literally just like, choking on our own vomit here.
Yeah,
with
yeah.
The Nurgle army outside. So, sure, come save the day, Vlad. So Vlad turns up, and there's a massive battle outside Aldorf. And as the two armies clash, Vlad meets one of the Nurgle Chaos Champions in single combat.
Ooh.
And defeats him.
Fuck, who was the guy?
I forget his name. We'll look him up later. But then, after the battle's starting to tip in their favor, Nurgle gets big reinforcement.
No.
The undead are starting to be beaten back. Who knows what's going to happen? But just before it can be decided, the elves were doing something completely unrelated, and they unleashed the power of the vortex.
Okay.
The vortex was destroyed, and all the magic re-entered the world. And each of the 8 winds of magic picks a chosen champion to be their avatar.
Okay.
And Karl Franz becomes the chosen one of the Law of Heavens. And sort of lightning bolts into Altdorf like Thor in the end of
Why is Karl Franz
Infinity
the
War.
chosen one of the Law of Heavens?
He's got the Hammer of Sigmar.
But he's not even a wizard.
And he comes in and with his big cleansing lightning bolt just purges all corruption from around Altdorf. And the Chaos Demons are blasted back, and the undead are all blasted back because they're all abhorred by this powerful Law of Lightning blast.
Okay.
And he's like, I'm here to save the city. But it turns out Vlad wasn't destroyed by the big blast that destroyed all the unclean things.
He's a vampire.
Because, he should have been if he'd been there. But after he defeated this champion, he feasted on some of the blood of this Nurgle champion.
Okay.
And contracted Nurgle's fucking gut rot.
Nurgle's rot.
And had to leave the battle for a bit. It's heavily implied, but not explicitly stated, he basically got super diarrhea.
Okay.
Had to leave the battle.
Love that.
And then by the time he sorted himself out and came back, he wasn't in the blast radius.
Okay.
From the lightning bolt.
Right.
And so he wasn't purged.
Oh, shit.
And then he rocks up and is like, yo, my end of the bargain.
Mm-hmm.
And the Emperor was like, I don't really want to make you fucking Elector Count of Sylvania. That's not cool.
Yeah.
But
especially now I've got a magic hammer that can kill stuff.
Yeah.
You want to fuck off by any chance?
Kurt Hellborg is a man of honor.
Oh, yeah.
No, I gave you my word as a massive mustache man.
Yeah.
And I shall not break it.
Yeah, because if you break your word, you have to shave off your mustache.
Exactly.
His mustache has grown since the last time he told a lie. Or broke a deal, and it's very long, and so everyone knows. Very
He's a
trustworthy.
very trustworthy man.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's the story
Okay.
of how Vlad Von Carstein became elector count of Sylvania.
Wow.
By getting super diarrhea and having to leave the battle.
Okay, I love that. Wow.
Okay, so that's one tale of Warhammer lore.
Okay, right. So just one of these is just complete bullshit. Okay, fine. Right. Okay.
I mean, I have to admit, even the true ones, I may have told them in a weird way that's not 100%.
you
Do you know what I mean?
kind of Tom and Ben lord it a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So
Like that mustache thing. That's not true.
no, but I do like. I think that should be. Well, it'd make a lot of sense.
That's why everyone in the Empire's got these like fabulous mustaches.
Yeah.
But not everyone. Not
Yeah.
Karl Franz.
No, Karl Franz doesn't because he breaks his fucking deal all the time.
Yeah, he's like a shrewd politician.
Yeah,
He
he's a
can't
piece of
stop
shit.
lying. He just shaves every day. It's easier.
Yeah. Like, look, I'm just not even gonna like pretense this and have you have to prove that I was lying. No, look, I just trust me.
Just perma
or
shave.
don't trust me. Okay, so
Okay, so that's story number one. Story number two. Just have to check my notes, make sure I got all the names right. Story number two is elf lore.
oh my god, elf lore, sure.
Okay, so we've got Aleth Anar, the Shadow King.
Right.
Shadow King, sorry. You know him, he's in Total War.
Yeah.
He's like the Shadow Warrior guy. Right, he had a long-running affair with Miranel, the Dawn Princess, who was like the eldest daughter of like a rival house in Uthwan.
Okay.
And those houses had like a millennia-long feud, and so they had to keep their like affair a secret.
Oh my god, it's Romeo and Juliet, but with
Romeo,
elves. Oh.
So they planned a secret wedding because they knew that once they were married, no one could complain or dissuade them because it'd be too late. They'd be like, seal the deal, soul bound
Okay.
for life, and they would bring their houses together in like a union of love.
Right.
But shortly after the wedding, Anar discovers that Miranel was actually his twin sister, and they were separated at birth.
What?
To avoid a grim prophecy from coming to pass.
Okay.
Okay? Then he was so upset and distraught with grief that he'd like committed incest and could like not stay married to the woman he loved. That he decided that it would be better for him to die in glorious battle than to like live with this shame on his house.
Okay.
So he leads an army of his own personal like shadow warriors on a suicide mission to assault the Dark Elf fortress at Karandkar. They do like a secret night attack in like shadow warrior style, but their numbers are too few and they're like caught in the courtyard, surrounded on all sides.
Mm-hmm.
And just before the Dark Elf host presses their advantage and slaughters them, the Dark Elf commander like reveals, not just some Dark Elf commander, I'm Shadowblade, Master Assassin.
What? Why? Okay, sure.
And he offers a deal. He says, like, if you surrender now, I will spare the lives of you and your men, then you can be my prisoner. And I'll send all your men home. I just want you to be my prisoner.
Okay.
But, like, Aleth Anar, he hates the Dark Elves, and he wants to die. That's why he's here. He's on like, a suicide mission. So he just, like, is like, no, never, and, like, charges in. But then Shadowblade reveals, actually, you're a fool. This was my scheme all along. I falsified the records. And you're not secretly twin brother and sister with your wife. I did that all as a trick, and you fell for it. And they have like a massive duel, and all of his like shadow warriors are about to be defeated. The surround.
So is this during the end times?
No, this isn't during the end times.
Okay.
It's just like random elf history.
Oh my god.
And it looks like they're doomed. Not only has he fallen for his trick, but now him and all his most loyal men are like surrounded on all sides and about to be killed to a man. There's no escape. And then just as that happens, his wife comes to the rescue.
Oh my god.
With her whole household is there. And they rush in and they like evacuate the brave shadow warriors. They all return to Uthwan and the status quo is restored. It's like nothing ever happened.
Oh my god.
Which one is the worst? Like, regardless of which one you think is true, which one do you want to be true?
I want fucking Vlad pooping. I want Vlad to poop. That one, I like that story more. That story is more fun.
Well, that Vlad got what he wanted and became Elector Count because he had to run out of the toilet.
Yeah. I like that a lot. I think that one is more fun. Vlad going. I like that's a scheme that he's like legitimize my thing during this end time. That's a really cool idea. That'd be a great way to like progress Vampire Count's lore and make it interesting. And just what would happen to the Empire, assuming the world doesn't get destroyed. Rip. God, but yeah. Whereas Elf status quo story. Boom! This week on Elf Wars.
There was a dumb trick, and then it didn't matter.
It didn't matter, and they all went home, and everything was fine again. So I feel like I have to choose one of these to be true.
Yeah, one of them is actual Warhammer lore. The other one is a dumb story I made up.
So I don't know how to interpret it, but I feel like you putting in one of them being an elf story. There's some kind of...
Are you playing the metagame
There's
here?
some kind of mental play here that either I'm going to be less interested in that, but maybe I'm more suspicious of... Like, I don't know. I feel like there is like there's a
psychological mind games of boring elf stories.
And in turn, the other story has pooping in it. Like
Vlad and pooping.
Yeah.
Two of your favorite things.
I like Vlad a lot, and Vlad having to run off from the battlefield to poop is a more fun story. Yeah. Okay, I kind of think this is just like me kind of like sort of guessing a bit hard. I kind of think the elf story is less true because there was a few little details in there that I'm not sure if Games Workshop would have used, but fuck, maybe they would have done ages ago. I can't remember many stories about them talking about like people getting married and not married. They generally don't do a lot of relationship stuff.
No, it's always super in the background.
And the hint of like incest, you've been fucking your sister or even courting your sister, I feel like is even for like old school GW, that doesn't seem like something they would have like done a ton of. I'm just worried that I'm falling for just pooping Vlad. And I just want that to be... I like that story and I wish that was more canon. And so maybe...
But then there's also the other flip side of this. The story you like is part of the end times, which generally you don't like anything in the end.
Yeah, I think, well, in turn, am I wrong? Because the story that I like more is more likely to have come out of your mind than the mind of Games Workshop. And so therefore it is fake and actually none of that stuff happened. God, I don't know, I feel like this is me flipping a coin.
Fair enough.
I think I'm going to stick with my mind logic of I think I think the elf one is purely the relationship stuff. That's the only red flag there. I'm betting elves. Before is Yourhammer,
right?
Not Lawhammer. I'm gonna bring up chat and just
what
see
does chat think?
How people feeling.
We're looking at chat again. What do we think?
So
Tom's going for Vlad is Lawhammer and Yourhammer.
Yeah. God.
They both sound real.
Oh fuck! Is that the trick? They are both real.
I thought about doing that, but I thought that was actually a really bad way to start this segment because I found like 10 amazingly dumb Warhammer stories and I wanted to tell them all.
Oh, fuck.
But I've got to save them. Do you want me to tell you?
Yeah.
You're right!
Bam! Holy shit. Oh my god. That 100%, that was a fucking coin toss. Yeah.
Oh shit. I considered when I was making up the elf one that Maybe you're right. I even thought they never put like relationship stuff in there.
Yeah, it's super
But
rare.
then I thought they kind of, when they do, it's almost always with the elves. You know, it's always like Tyrion marrying the Ever Queen and Marathian Malekith.
So that was it. That's
like
why I was even doubting that, because elves are the only time that they do relationship stuff, because they have the Ever Queen, they've got the Phoenix King. There's a lot of marriage.
It's a bit Game of Thronesy.
Yeah, with that stuff, and there's a lot of characters that do that, and I don't know a lot of those stories much, because
Well, that's why I went for it as well, because I know that you haven't read most of the End Times, and I know you haven't read any elf lore, so I thought, well, I've got to pick an elf story, and I've got to pick an End Times story, because then I didn't want you just going, oh, I know this one.
Well, also, a bit of me was with the End Times. I thought like the humans lost to the Middenland.
But there were different Chaos armies. Like the Nurgle one went south. I think it was Archeon's army that went to Middenland, and it was like the Nurgle was a separate army. Do you remember when they brought out all those new Nurgle models?
Yeah.
Because of that, they were off on their own campaign.
Right. Oh, fuck. I just didn't even realize that they had the... I thought Aldorf was just fucking like just skipped in the End Times, but yeah, wows. Boom.
Royal Surtur says, Ben, you did it. You made End Times worse for me, and I didn't think that was possible.
What are you talking about? That was so much better. I like that. Like Vlad having to go off and poop.
But it's saving his life.
Also, geez.
Well, I mean, he did ingest, Nurgle blood. That's bad for anyone.
Yeah. God, and like, how many hundreds of years has it been since Vlad has had to poop? Like, his
shriveled up gutty
are not going to be happy about that. Just feeling something passing through is going to be weird. Like,
thousands of years.
God, poor Vlad.
Poor old Vlad.
Wow, holy shit. So does that mean next week I have to bring an offering to the table of Lawhammer or Yourhammer?
Oh, you could do, yeah, that'd be fun. We could do one each next week.
Oh my God.
See who wins.
Wow. Oh God, we're going to have to start digging fucking deep.
Yeah.
Also, if we're both like researching...
Oh, then we're both going to spoil each other's story.
We're going to have to be careful. Like... We have to divide.
Or maybe one of us could do like 40k and the other one do fantasy.
Okay, that might be...
Because I've got my next one as a 40k one.
Okay, I think if you stick onto 40k, because I read way less 40k lore, whereas I think I know more and weirder Warhammer lore just from
You've
so
read
much
more
of
books, more Warhammer like novels than I have.
Yeah, and I think just from Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay source books.
Oh, of course.
That have just stupid things in there that never really come up in...
Don't come up in the army books at all.
Yeah, and these were all written just so fucking long ago that, I don't know, is it real anymore? Like, just things that are hinted at. Okay, okay, I like this. I think this is good.
Amazing. Oh, I'm excited for next week. Double Lawhammer.
Double Lawhammer. Wow, fucking A.